Hello and welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about a film that I have recently watched. The name of the film is The White Tiger, starring Adarsh Gaurav, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and Rajkumar Rao. So, um, so what I did after watching this wonderful movie is that most of the view of the Western media about India is that it's poor, it's casteist. There is a lot of hatred from the rich class to the poor class, which is true to an extent, to a good extent, and I just wanted to talk about it. I want to go deep into it and wanted to know what's the reason for this hatred or why the Western media perceive this way. So the first question that has been going around in the social media is that why is that the Western media has always thought of the the Indian public as a casteist, as a religion-based division or casteist division, depending upon the work they do. Like in this movie, the protagonist Adarsh Gaurav, who plays wonderfully this character, he's been told you are from a halwai background. Halwai means those who made the sweets and everything. So you are from a halwai background. So why do you want to learn driving? And why do you want to be a driver? You are not strong enough. You are not good enough. So these are some of the things that are being told to her. So the Western media knows India in this way. They think that particular job are for particular people, and they are oppressed, which is true, yes, and they are being pushed down upon the society by the rich people, and the rich become richer. There's a sharp contrast shown in the film that there are high-rise buildings, there are lavish cars, lavish malls. Everything is lavish for the one who are rich, while the one that are poor, they are sleeping in a small room. They've that is cockroach infested, rats infested. They do not have a good home to live. Like the homes are very small, the rooms are very small. They eat together, and their food is sufficient enough, not enough for the whole family. They all depend upon each other for the money. So the money has to be sent. The one who are working in the city, like our protagonist who works in the city, have to send the money to their respective home so that they could live on. So these are some of the things that are mentioned in this particular film, which is shown in this particular film, which is true, which is very much true. But the question going around the social media is about that: does it actually happen this way? Does all of India like this? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because the what that is shown in the movie, it's absolutely true. If you go to a big city like Mumbai or Delhi or any big city, Kolkata, or you go to Chennai, Bangalore, wherever you go, you will see that in the big tier cities, the difference between the rich and the poor is huge. The margin is huge, and usually the small town people from small towns or from villages go to these big cities in search of job and everything, and they have to live in a particular way, and that is something which is classism. But the caste thing, the caste thing also happens, and this happens mostly in the second tier cities and the villages where it actually happens. I don't think it is that prevalent in the big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, but it does still exist in the rural part of India. The urban, not that much. I guess, but it still is there. I would not say it is not there at all, but it's still there. But it's not that huge, I guess. But in the rural part and the second tier, the third tier cities and towns, that's very much prevalent. You can see each every day you will find a news on how being the lower caste people being shunned by the rich people. They are not invited to a temple, invited to a marriages and everything. Again, the question remains: is it all the small cities and towns? I don't think so. I belong from the northeast of India, where the caste system is not that much prevalent. I haven't seen it, and I belong to a village. I come from a village. I come from a very small town. I've gone to the city as well. I've been to Guwahati. If you are from Guwahati, if you know, I don't think many people will say that there is a very classism in the northeast. That is only from Assam. I'm stating in other states like Mizoram, Nagaland, Manipur, or Meghalaya, Arunachal. I don't think the casteism exists. There might be that they stick to their particular group, yes, but do they not talk with each other? They do not touch each other, or they like the untouchability, or they do not eat each other's food. I don't think so. That doesn't happen in the northeast. Well, if you speak of I'm not blaming the states, but if you check like Bihar or Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, there are people there, the one who are on the upper part of the society, they tend to like shun down upon the one who are at the bottom. Again, it's not in every village. I don't believe that in every village or every town is the same thing. Even in the north of India, even in South India, I've heard. I used to think that it's not, but even in South India, there is a huge, huge gap between the lower caste and the upper caste. There has been huge debate going on in the country, particularly in these times, that there has been a huge gap in the society between the upper and the lower caste, which is still prevalent in the 21st century, which is kind of a very sad thing to happen, but it is there. You can't ignore it. People who are going around that it's not happening, I have to say that it's happening, but you can't blame the whole India. But I don't think the whole of India still have that. I think there are states or places in India where casteism doesn't occur. They are not aware of these things. They are very much free, peace-loving people there in some states. So that is what I have come across. I don't think that White Tiger has depicted it wrongly, but yes, it's not in the whole of India. It's there in parts of India, which is very, very, very much true. The classism, I guess, that is everywhere. Not only in India. I think it's all over the world that the classism is there. There is classism. The rich do look down upon the poor, and it is becoming a more and more prevalent all over the world. It is something which I don't think can be undone. This difference will always be there. It has been there for millions and millions of years, from when human have started to grow. Like they began to use fire or metal. They have started to make this group of rich versus poor. There was always been there. There would be some people who would always be the one who would always have things with them, like they would be rich. They will have their advantages, they will have their privileges. There will always be some people who would be poor and they might not have everything. They have to fight for it. it's been all over the world, it's that the upper class people have always been getting hold of all the resources in a country. They are the one who have the possession of the resources in the country, and the poor have to fight for it to give to keep the feet on the ground. They have to fight for it. They always been like that. It's been like that for years. What can be done to undo that thing? I don't think it can be done very easily. It's very, very hard to do that. It will always be probably like that. Yes, you can try for some areas, some places. It might happen. It can change, but it's very, very hard to do that. It's a thing that has been happening for years and years and millions of years now. So it's very hard to do that thing, I guess, to undo that thing. In a huge population that India have, it's very, very tough. I don't think it can be done that easily. But yes, the thing that is shown in the film, in the White Tiger, it's very much true. If you see the same thing, it's also been told in the series called the Patal Lok. In Patal Lok, also the main character, the inspector Hatiram Chaudhary, says the same thing, that the upper caste and the lower caste will always fight. There will always be a fight between the rich and the poor, and it's the poor that will essentially go into a crime and hit back at the rich people, and then there will be the government, the police involved, and the rich people will put their force on the poor people, and this cycle will continue. It will continue for years and years, till the dawn of time. I don't think till the end of time, sorry. It will continue. It's not going to end, I guess. So this is some insight I wish to put into it, regarding to the things that's going around in social media regarding the film White Tiger. Again, the answer is the same, I guess, that I told. It's a yes and a no. Yes, there is caste system in India, and there are parts of India where the caste system, I don't think, exists. There are people where free, peace-loving people do live, and they do have a very good connection with the people over there. There are towns and cities and villages like that, but it's not all over India too. There are part of India where do people fight over, not fight over, I mean the rich, usually the upper caste people are the rich people, so the upper caste people do oppress the one in the those are in the lower rung of the society. So it does happen. Well, so this is me. That's my insight for the White Tiger. There are more insights about White Tiger that I have, and I wish to continue about that in this series. Hopefully you like it. Thank you so much.